Valorant recently teased a lot of things coming to the game soon at this in-person event they hosted in LA. There's glimpses at so many things, from the upcoming skin bundle to map changes, a cinematic that should be coming soon, and even potentially an entirely new weapon. Most of this footage is just going to be from people recording the event in person, so you'll have to bear with the quality, but first let's take a look at the upcoming skin bundle. We'll start with the knife, since that's what we get the clearest look at. First of all, at this arsenal section, it appears that it is going to be a dual wield. Then this image was also put up on screen at the event, giving a clearer look at the blade itself. Otherwise, it seems like this bundle will contain most likely a phantom, then that looks like a guardian on the bottom there, and potentially a judge as well. I think the most important thing to note here though is actually the kill banner. Even though it isn't super clear, to me it definitely matches these faces on screens, which Valorant posted to their TikTok account. Thanks to Strawberry79 on Twitter, we know that these spirits are called Ayakashi, which is interesting because not too long ago there were rumors around a collection coming soon with that same theme. So you can also see Yoru getting involved there, and what's more is that on this screen this spirit just happens to be holding two blades, just like that melee should be a dual wield. So yeah, that seems to be the upcoming skin bundle, with a phantom as the main weapon, and the theme more or less being Japanese spirits. I'll quickly touch on the battle pass now, since people always want to know, but there was actually very little shown in this case. People have been showing this image apparently in relation to the battle pass, but the reality is we have 3 already released skins, 1 about to be released knife, and then probably the new gun, which I'll talk more about later. The one brief battle pass skin we did get a look at was this one. It has the default pullout animation and no crazy effects, nor does it match the theme of the spirit bundle, so I think it's a safer assumption that this skin line will be in the battle pass. Moving on, we were also shown some breeze changes, since in case you missed it, breeze will be returning to the map pool next act. Some of the noteworthy changes include that the left pathway out of attacker spawn has been removed, mid is going to be more narrow if you're heading up towards top mid and B, and speaking of B, this wall is being extended out to block that sightline from mid to B main. This wall at the back of B side is also going to be raised, and over on A, new boxes are being added back side to split that area up. I'm sure there are still plenty of changes to be revealed here, like we have no idea what's going on with halls, and then I'm interested to see any more changes around the elbow area. And yeah, they obviously aren't going to change the actual size of the map itself. Breeze is still going to be a very big map, the biggest in the game I think, but it does seem like they're trying to make the map feel a little bit less open by adding new boxes and extending out some of those walls. Now on the lore side of things, briefly, at this event there were even parts of an upcoming cinematic showcased. I'm not going to dive too deeply into analyzing this, since the quality is rough and we're missing context. This feels more like a highlight reel or even trailer to the cinematic rather than the cinematic itself. However, we do see a lot going on. There's drama between Brimstone and Viper. That looks like Sage inside some sort of chamber. We could be getting a new look at Sova's backstory, and then there's even something going on with Yoru as well. But yeah, I would expect that cinematic to be premiered in full over the next few days to kick off the new act. Finally, that brings us to this new pistol weapon it seems like we're going to be getting all of a sudden. We actually first saw this in the map pool reveal for next act, where in the act key art, there's this weapon barrel which doesn't quite match up with anything else we have in the game. Then at Valorant Sound in person, this pistol silhouette could be found again in that arsenal area, and you can see that does not match anything in the game currently. There was also this image shown on the screens at the actual rave itself, so while we never get a perfectly clear look at this gun, we now have 3 separate instances teasing a default skinned weapon coming to Valorant next act. As far as the lore goes, I wonder if this could be designed by Chamber, since we saw his card on Viper's desk in some of her Instagram takeover stuff, and right now she's rambling on about needing to fight back harder. Then on the gameplay side of things, I think the only design space that a new pistol would fit in is potentially a burst pistol, since anything else would be stepping on the toes of already existing weapons. This could also be a way to remedy just how broken and versatile the classic currently is, so maybe we'll see the right click on the classic be nerfed or even outright removed, and then in comes this new weapon to take up that design space at a cost. If I had to guess, this could honestly contest with the Sheriff in price range, just because I don't think they would want to add another competitor directly in line with the Ghost or Frenzy, as they already have their own little battle going on. The way I'm thinking about it is it can't excel at long range or short range, and it probably shouldn't be perfect for running and gunning either. I'm thinking it might be more like the Ghost in terms of range and playstyle, but obviously without a silencer, and probably higher DPS if we stick with the burst concept. Honestly though, that is almost entirely just me speculating. Even the pistol itself isn't actually confirmed yet, let alone any details around how it'll work. But yeah, that is a look at everything that was teased for Valorant at this in-person event. Most if not all of it should be officially revealed over the coming days, so be sure to keep an eye out.